So we're definitely avoiding relegation. Now it's a question of, can we make the playoffs? Hello and welcome back to our non-league to legends save, where we attempt to go from non-league football to winning the Champions League. We're back again with our Bath City section of the series today. We've got another 2 matches for you. The first one against Hartlepool and the second one against Barnet in the league. Since you were last with us, we are doing pretty well. We're doing pretty decently for a side that's newly promoted. Last match we would have seen on YouTube was the match against Wealdstone. We can see then we won another 2 matches directly after that against Eastleigh and against Kings Lynn. We did come unstuck against Notts County, losing 3-2, but we did manage to score 2 goals, so it wasn't all bad. Then lost against Southend. We've got a further win against Port Vale, a draw against Halifax, and a win against Chelmsford. So we've not lost in 3 games now, putting together a little bit of run of form. In the league, that puts us here. We are 1 point outside of the playoffs currently. It's definitely still all to play for. I'd say, given our form, if we can keep this up, we are extremely unlikely to be going down this season. We don't look like we're even going to get into a relegation battle. We can see the board here are very, very happy with our progress, as they should be. Something that has contributed to this is new signings that we've made. There's been 4 new signings since you were last with me. We've made this signing, which is Malachi Talent Arieti. That's a name. It's a Ghanaian 20-year-old midfielder, best played as a ball-winning midfielder on support. We're playing him as a ball-winning midfielder on defend when he plays with us. He's come over from Reading on loan. He's doing okay. He's not doing too badly. We've also brought in Rye Shirley, who is an English. We're using him as a forward. He can play as a left winger, so we're going to call him an English advanced forward, even though that's probably not exactly what he's best at. He's another one that's coming on loan from Plymouth, not had a lot of game time yet. We've got Jermaine Hilton. He's a 30-year-old English winger. He can play on both sides. We've mainly brought him in to improve that right hand side of the wing, but as I said, he can play, so he's good cover on both. He can equally play up front as well. It's decent cover all round. He's only played 1 game for us so far, hasn't been with us very, very long. And we've got Charlie Owens, who's another midfielder, but one that we've purchased ourselves, who again, best position is a ball-winning midfielder on defend. He can also play as a DM equally well if we ever do need that. So far, not played a game, so we'll see how he does in this episode. Only difference on the outside is Teddy Davey, with those 2 midfielders coming in, has gone out on loan to Kidderminster at the moment. He's been there for 3 games. He's played all 3 of those. And he's got himself an assist, so he's bit of a slight improvement on what he was doing with us. The only other main thing that has changed, as we can see, is we are going for yet another coaching badge. So we are studying for a Continental B license. Bath City are paying for that one. They also allowed us to get another scout in, so we have now got 3 scouts, one of them of which you will know from previously. It's Ryan Harley, that player that when we got to Bath City was here, and I think we sold pretty immediately. He went over to Billericay on a free, played 21 games there, I'm assuming retired, and has now come back as our scout. We're going to go ahead though and get on with our first match against Hartlepool. But before we do that, if you are enjoying this video and this series, please do drop a like down below the video. It really does help out the channel and it'd be very, very much appreciated. This is the team we are going to be using for the match against Hartlepool. We've got Scott in goal, we've got Elichi out on the left of the fence, Okocha, Alan or maybe Steve in the centre back positions, and Clark out on the right. We've then got Owens making his league debut in midfield alongside Mac Lloyd. We then got Taraj out on the left, Hilton out on the right, and a partnership of Cook and McGiff up front. We're going to see how we can do today against Hartlepool and hopefully keep up this run of form that we have been on. Apparently Charlie Owens is lacking match sharpness, but that is just something we are going to have to deal with today. I'm pretty confident that we like I said, we can definitely avoid relegation. What I'm more interested in now is we've got 1 promotion. Can we just go ahead and have a ridiculously successful season by getting to the playoffs? in our first season promoted. I think that seemed unachievable when we came into this league, but definitely is looking like it could be on the cards here. I said we're only 1 point outside of those playoff positions, and that is something over the course of a season can change very, very quickly. 46 games, of course, in this league. We are currently playing our 16th, so definitely the scope to go ahead and do that. We are keeping hold of possession well again in this match. Unfortunately, I'd like to see a highlight as well, maybe a shot or a pass would be good. Something would be nice. We're going to demand more from the team. Hopefully we can demand more and they will give us and highlight this match. Not the best viewing experience on YouTube when your team decide they no longer want to give highlights. We are definitely playing the better football in this match though, but we also don't look like we're going to have a highlight this match, which is a bit mad. Here is a highlight. It's a goal kick for them. It's come all the way out as far as our players. We managed to get ahead for it for a little bit, and they've lumped it forward as a result of that, where we can grow our game from the back here. It's gone out to Edworthy. He's going to hold it up for Okocha looking forward up the field, trying to choose a pass over to Alan or maybe Steve. Owens now over to Cook, back to Clark. Clark out to Hilton. Can he do something with the ball? He's done a weird backheel thing to Owens, over to McLeod himself, pings it out wide to Clark. Some lovely football here from Bath City. McLeod into McGiff, first time shot. It's 1 offside and 2, he did hit the post on that one as well, so it wouldn't have stood anyway. We do see a highlight for them straight away from their throw in. It's a big ball into the box. We've managed to deal with it and clear it. Hilton now trying to launch a counter attack for us. If he can put a bit of pace on, he's got there. He's got past his man. He tries a cross, but it's straight into their player, and now they're the ones building a counter attack. We've got Barnes here over to Holochan for them. Francis Ongol, I'm not sure. He's managed to get a cross into the box either way for a pretty free header for Barnes there. And not the most exciting first half apart from that last 5 minutes maybe. We are doing okay here though, so we're going to ask the team to keep going out there and working hard, and hopefully the result will come for us in the second half. More importantly, maybe we'll get some highlights. I feel like some highlights would be pretty good. Instead, we're going to see a free kick for them. They're going to play around with that ball outside our box. They managed to get it back out wide. Hilton's managed to cut out that pass. Owens now on the ball to Cook. Cook with just a big long ball forward, but it's gone wayward. McGiff's not going to get anywhere near that one, and it's just going to allow them to build another counter attack against us. Out wide now, they've managed to put that in front of their man. It's a through ball into Harry Green, who's run onto that one and just slotted it past Scott into the bottom right of the goal there. Not an ideal start to this second half. And yeah, I don't want to be seeing too many more of those, to be honest. Oh dear. And now we've got to go and do all again. I say we've got to do it all again. We've got to go and do it because, again, we're the better side here, but we haven't put the ball in the back of the net. And once again, we are being punished for it. Another goal kick for them from a highlight. McLeod, I think, there managed to get his head to it. But again, we've only cleared it as far as their players. I think that's part of the issue as well. When we do get the ball off of a goal kick, which they're pretty much gifting to us because we've got some players who can get their head to a ball nicely, we are just gifting it back to them. We have got a corner here though. McLeod into the box, but it's been cleared by them as far as Hilton. Hilton's still on the ball, has an ambitious shot of his own, but it is over the bar, and I think it's definitely time to make some substitutions for us here. First one on the attack in front is Ronaldo Taraj, who's only on a 6.3, so we're going to get him off and bring on Elliot Freer and change that to a winger on attack. On the opposite side, Hilton's only a 6.4, so we're going to bring on Fletcher on that side. because neither of our attacking wingers playing very well there. Maybe changing them might have some sort of impact on the match. I mean, even a draw at this point might be quite good. It is going to be another corner for us, but right before we have that corner, we're going to get Owens off the field and bring on Mr. Talent here. I'm just going to call him Talent. Hopefully he's got some. Elliot Freer, banging corner there straight onto the head of Alan or maybe Steve. And Alan or maybe Steve has got that ball into the back of the net via a header. I can only assume Alan or maybe Steve. There is actually 2 men on those corners because he is scoring a bunch of them. And we've had 18 shots here to their 9. Again, we've definitely been ahead most of this match, just not quite making it count when it matters. It does mean we're dropping down the table here slightly as well, and we're going to drop down to 9th place as it stands. Admittedly, it could be about to get worse. They've hit the crossbar there. We've got very, very lucky. We have still got the ball. Big clearance from Clark. Cook has managed to keep hold of it though. Out wide to Fletcher now. Fletcher with nobody on him for the second. Cutting it back to McLeod here. Over to Mr. Talent. Into Cook. Cook holding it up for McGiff. And they've managed to deal with that one fairly well. Nothing coming of that. And we are into injury time here. Heading for a draw. One last free kick for them. They got, what is going on with these highlights here from Football Manager? They've managed to get ahead of it, and Scott, I think, saved it, but then we don't really get the whole highlight. It's just kind of very choppy. We're on the attack here again, though. Fletcher, I mean, what was that? He's kind of tried to play it ahead of Cook, I assume, and just kicked it out of play. This match has been the epitome of non-league football. It's so bad the highlights don't even know what's going on. We're just kind of getting weird bits of highlights, which is a little bit strange. And now they've just run it out of play. What is going on? Throw into us though. Clark just gonna oof that one into the box. They've cleared it, but it's come back to Clark to kick into the box, and the highlight's just going to end as well as the match. And that was a very, very strange one. We've managed to salvage a point from it. Impossible to know if we've done well or not because the highlights were all over the place. Little bit unfortunate there. Apologies for the viewing experience. But we'll get over to the match against Barnet and see if we can do any better there, I guess. It's an interesting team selection from us today. This is the team we are going with. We've got Scott in goal, Alici out on the left, Taylor and Alan or maybe Steve in centre-back positions, Richards out on the right. We've then got Mr. Talent and Smith in midfield, Freer out on the left, Fletcher out on the right, and then Shirley McGiff up front. This is mostly just due to the game being like 3 days after the other one and people being tired, so we're having to rotate and hoping that the team can go and cope with this. It might be they end up playing really, really well together and we realise that this is our better team. I would be surprised if that's the case though, so we're going to have to go work out now if our squad depth is as good as we've tried to make it. Really, we are playing at home though, so maybe have a bit of a home advantage potentially. Barnet are down in 15th, so they've not played quite as well as us this season, although the difference between 9th and 15th where they are is only 6 points, so it's not all that different. We're now still only 1 point outside of the playoff positions. I guess we do have a game in hand on Notts County though, so probably we're more like 2 or 3 points outside of those playoff positions, which isn't, you know, playoff positions is not the aim this season. I think mid-table would already be a fantastic achievement. It's just more a case of we're not getting relegated, so why not aim for the playoffs? We're up around there or thereabouts. We're playing decent here as well. Alici out to Mr. Talent. Freer cutting back out to the wing to get hold of that ball. Puts it forward for Alici, who swings it in and somebody gets their head to it. But it isn't on target, so it's just going to go out for a goal kick. But that was nice football. I'll be happy if we do play the rest of the match against Barnet like that. Again, it's just a case of needing to put the ball in the back of the net a bit more. Taylor here with a throw-in. I have no idea what their goalkeeper's done there. got a hand to it, mucked it up royally, and McGiff almost managing to get a goal in there himself just as a result of that goalkeeper's mistake. I think because it hit one of their defenders before McGiff managed to get to it, though, it has put him offside, which is a bit unfortunate, to be fair. We're still the better team here by far. Smith has now just got a yellow card, but we're not going to worry about that. Better team by far on if we have a look at the match stats. But once again, we're just not putting the ball in the back of the net when it counts. We're going to just berate the team a little bit here, tell them we're not happy with this. I'd expect when we're this far ahead on match stats such as possession and shots that we'd occasionally, score a goal and actually win the match comfortably. I know we are newly promoted, but even so, we're playing the football we need to play. Just our strikers are letting us down. Hopefully they can make up for it here. McGiff with a long shot from range there. But again, it's not on target. And this is half the problem we're seeing here is when we do dominate, just incapable of scoring. Alici now got a yellow card as well. Fletcher with the ball out from the right. He's crossed that one in. Alici, that we just mentioned with the ball as well. Can he make his way to the byline and get a cross in? Not quite, but he does get the ball over to Mr. Talent. Fletcher with a header on target this time, forcing the goalkeeper into a save. We are going to see the throw in here. It's a very weird one, but McGiff's managed to make something of it. It's gone back out to Mr. Talent, Alan or maybe Steve. Tom Smith here, Mr. Stevie here again. And then Bryce Shirley just holding up that ball really slowly on the edge of the box. We don't really know what he's trying to do, but we've still got possession and we are building nicely with it here as well. Fletcher now out to Richards. Can Richards make something with his cross? He gets a cross in. Fletcher's got his head to it for the first goal of the season. It's a nice build-up play from us and we have managed to actually score a goal, which... never a bad thing if you can manage to score a goal in a match. I do find goals help you win. It's a very weird one, but if you're the team with the most goals in a match, you do tend to be the winners and get the 3 points. Unfortunately, I've spoken to the FA and referees and things, and they've said that even if you do have 55-60% possession every match and more shots on target, if you don't score goals, they're unwilling to give you the 3 points, which I think is utter nonsense, because if we were to measure on those stats right now, we'd be top of the league and probably on our way to our second championship win. As it is though, that's not how football works, and we're going to have to deal with the fact that they are now on the attack. Big crossing from them. It's not on target from Crane there. His header not managing to trouble Scott too much. And we've got Alan, maybe Steve, who is tired. So we'll bring on Harry Clark for the second bit of this match. And we probably need to bring on some other substitutes as well. Alici isn't looking too hot there either. So we'll bring on Mundell Smith out on the left back position. And these highlights are all over the place. Does anyone else find this on their game? Because these are really choppy. We just get a bit of a highlight and then it will suddenly cut out, and it is very annoying to try and commentate on. We do still have one more substitution to make. I'm not sure entirely where to make it yet, although Elliot Free is looking pretty tired, so I guess we bring on Taraj on that side and change that back to the inverted winger position because he's better suited to that. And I do quite like him cutting inside as well. And maybe we can see out this match. We're into the 85th minute here. I'm not sure if we are going to get another highlight. As it stands, we are actually in the playoff positions, but we're not going to say it too loudly, because if we do, Notts County and Chesterfield and those teams surrounding us might realise it. We have won this one 1-0 though, so it's 4 points from a possible 6 in this episode, which I guess if we perform like that all season, we might well get into playoffs. Yes, so as it stands, with everyone having played their 17 games, we are in 7th place and we've snuck into those playoff positions by the end of the episode. Now it's just going to be a case of if we can stay there. Alan or maybe Steve there making it into the team of the week for the Vanarama National as well. And Bath moving to promotion contention. Not a highlight I expected to see this season. As it is though, that's exactly where we sit at the end of the episode. We are, I guess, in the playoff positions, hence in promotion contention. It would be the unlikeliest of promotions if we were to get promoted here. But hey, all we can do is keep playing and hope for the best and see where this takes us. If you have enjoyed today's episode though, please do drop a like down below. As I mentioned earlier, it really does help out the channel. It'd be very, very much appreciated. If you haven't already and you do enjoy the content, please do consider subscribing it as well, and you can follow along with the series. Until next time though guys, thank you very, very much for watching, and I'll see you over on the next episode. Bye bye.